In a small town nestled between rolling hills and golden fields, there lived a boy named Armin. The town was simple, the people were kind, but opportunities were rare. Most families depended on farming or small businesses. Armin's father owned a tiny grocery shop that barely earned enough to support the family. Life was not easy, but Armin had big dreams. From a very young age, Armin was fascinated by stories of successful people. He often watched motivational videos, especially from a channel called the Wordy Tales, where he heard inspiring stories about courage, discipline, and hard work. Each story lit a spark inside him. He would close his eyes and imagine himself becoming someone great one day. But imagination alone was not enough. Armin was an average student in school. He was neither the topper nor the worst performer. Whenever results were announced, his name always appeared somewhere in the middle. His friends often teased him. "You dream too big," they would say. "Success is for lucky people," another friend laughed. At first, Armin felt hurt. Slowly, he started believing them. Maybe they were right. Maybe success belonged only to the talented, the rich, or the lucky. One evening, after a particularly disappointing exam result, Armin walked home with heavy steps. He found his father arranging goods in the shop. "Abba," Armin said softly, "why do some people succeed while others fail?" His father smiled and handed him a sack of rice. "Put this on the shelf first," he said. Armin struggled to lift it. It was heavy. He tried once, failed. Tried again, failed. Frustration filled his eyes. His father quietly watched. After a few attempts, Armin finally gathered all his strength and lifted the sack onto the shelf. Breathing heavily, he said, "It's too hard." His father looked at him kindly. "It was heavy, but you didn't stop." Armin frowned. "What does this have to do with success?" His father wiped his hands and sat beside him. "Son, success is like lifting that sack. It feels impossible at first. Many people try once and quit. Some try twice and quit. But the ones who keep trying, even when it hurts, are the ones who succeed." That night, Armin couldn't sleep. His father's words echoed in his mind. The next day, he made a decision. He would stop wishing for success and start working for it. He created a simple routine. He would wake up early, study for 2 hours before school, revise his lessons after school, and practice extra questions every night. It wasn't easy. His friends played cricket in the evenings, laughed loudly outside his window, and invited him to join. Sometimes he wanted to give up. Sometimes he felt tired. But every time he felt like quitting, he remembered the heavy sack of rice. Weeks passed, then months. At first, nothing seemed to change. His test scores improved slightly, but not dramatically. Doubt returned. "Maybe I'm not smart enough," he whispered to himself. One afternoon, his teacher returned a mathematics test. Armin closed his eyes before looking at the marks. When he opened them, he was shocked. He had scored the second highest marks in the class. For the first time, he saw proof that hard work works. Encouraged, Armin doubled his efforts. He stopped comparing himself to others. Instead, he focused on improving himself every day. If he scored 60 last time, his goal was 70 next time. If he struggled with one chapter, he practiced it until it became easy. He realized something powerful. Success was not a giant leap, it was a series of small steps taken consistently. Meanwhile, his friends who once teased him began to notice the change. "How do you study so much?" one asked. Armin smiled. "I just don't stop." Years passed. Armin completed school with excellent grades. He earned a scholarship to a good university in the city. It was a big achievement for someone from a small town. University life was even harder. The competition was intense. Many students were smarter and more confident. For a moment, Armin felt small again. But this time, he didn't panic. He remembered his father's lesson. Hard work beats fear. He attended every lecture, asked questions without feeling ashamed, spent long hours in the library, and practiced more than anyone else. While others relied on talent, Armin relied on effort. Slowly, professors started noticing him. His projects were detailed. His assignments were thorough. His consistency set him apart. In his final year, he worked on a research project that required sleepless nights. Many times, he felt exhausted. Many times, he thought of giving up. But he pushed through. When results were announced, Armin graduated at the top of his class. The boy who was once average had become extraordinary. After graduation, he secured a good job in a respected company. His family's financial struggles slowly faded. His father's small grocery shop expanded. His mother no longer worried about bills. One evening, Armin visited his old school as a guest speaker. The same classroom where he once sat with doubt was now filled with young students looking at him with admiration. He stood in front of them and said, "I was not born talented. I was not rich. I was not lucky. I was just consistent. Success is not magic. It is the result of hard work repeated every single day." He paused and added, "When you feel like quitting, remember this: the difference between ordinary and extraordinary is just a little extra effort." The students listened carefully. After the session, a young boy approached him and asked, "Sir, what is the real secret to success?" Armin smiled. He remembered the sack of rice, his father's wise words, the long nights of study, and the moments of doubt. "The secret," he said softly, "is that there is no secret. Only hard work." As Armin walked out of the school building, he looked at the sunset over his small town. He realized that success was never about fame or money. It was about becoming stronger than yesterday. And that is the true power of hard work.